So the University of Birmingham's Clinical Trials Units currently partner with industry, both for medical devices and for drugs, to answer research questions where the questions are driven by the clinical investigators in the hope of answering questions that will change clinical practice and generate academic publications. So in our current partnerships with industry, the industry's involvement is entirely to provide us with the drug or the medical device, and sometimes a small amount of funding to help us deliver the trial. The results from the trials are delivered to good regulatory standards, but the results couldn't be used, for example, for a drug to be taken forward for licensing. So if we want the drug therefore to have a change in its licensing label, or for a device's a way to be delivered in the clinic to be fully licensed, then these data are probably not at the right regulatory standard to do this. The Birmingham Precision Medicine Centre Industry Trials Hub aims to change this relationship. We want to work much more closely with our industry partners so that we can together develop the trial. The aim of the trial will then be to answer a research question, working with clinical investigators in patient areas of major medical need, but where the data that is generated by the clinical trial can contribute to a change in the label of a drug, so how it's licensed to be used, or the regulatory approval of a device. And this will accelerate the use of drugs and devices in clinical practice. So one of the advantages of a university-industry partnership is that we will be able to use our expertise in delivering what are called platform trials. And these are trials where we can work with multiple industry partners and be able to answer questions for an individual device or drug for an industry partner, but in a platform trial. And this will be a much more efficient way to be able to answer the questions quickly, particularly when the patient population is quite small. So running lots of individual trials would be impractical and take a very long time. So it is another way that we'll be able to accelerate the process. Currently, we have 2 UKCRC-accredited clinical trials units at the university with extensive experience in delivering trials from early phase trials, these are safety trials for drugs and devices, right through to large randomized clinical trials, which are practice-changing trials. Our experience to date with working with industry has been very much more as entirely investigator-driven, but we've been working over the last year to change our operating procedures and to better understand the needs of industry. And now we put together a framework as well as a team who will be able to better meet the needs of industry and therefore better meet the needs of patients. This will be a one-stop shop, a place where industry partners will be able to come and work with the University of Birmingham and the clinical trials units to deliver trials to the regulatory standards required for licensing.